Hello friends, Iceberg at Dillon Brothers Harley Davidson, and today I'm going to take you through a walkthrough of this beautiful pre-owned 2019 Harley Davidson Road King. Let's start with the engine on this Road King, where you have the Milwaukee 8 107 on here. I myself personally own a motorcycle with a Milwaukee 8 107, and I can tell you it has all the power I have ever wanted. This is going to be a 6-speed transmission on this motorcycle, and the final drive on this bike is belt. The Road King is definitely one of my personal favorite out of the touring motorcycle lineup. It is that mid-size touring, if you will, no fixed fairing, no full fairing with stereo system. You're not getting a tour pack on here, but you are getting the very nice bags on here. These are the one-touch bags. Pop that open while you're riding. You can scoop your lid off if you cross state lines where helmets aren't necessary and you don't feel like wearing it. These are also full locking saddle bags as well, so you can walk away from your motorcycle knowing all your stuff is safe and secure. Let's talk about a lot of the add-ons to this motorcycle. First and foremost, let's move up front where you can see that absolutely killer custom chrome front rim on there. Beautiful job on that. Love how that plays off. And then of course you have the entire chromed out front end running up the forks and the trees, and then you have that awesome, I love the headlight nacelles on the Road Kings, just like a freight train sitting out there, all in chrome. Pulling back from that, where you do have the all chrome stock handlebars on this motorcycle. These are going to be an 8-inch bar, extremely comfortable, pulled back to the rider, and then you do also have this full touring windshield on here as well. This will come off in a matter of seconds, so if you choose that you're riding around in town, want to feel that wind push up against you, you can pop this off. But if you are going to be taking the longer rides, ripping down the interstate, you will have nice full protection on there, even if you are a taller rider. I come in around 6'1". I found that this windshield pushed that air up and over my helmet, and there was zero helmet buffering. One other thing I forgot to touch on up front, and going back to that beautiful front wheel on there, you also have that very nice full wraparound fender on there. Just adding to that attitude and to that element of customization. Looks fantastic on this motorcycle. Let's continue on with the chrome, and let's move down to that full chrome dual Vansen Heinz exhaust on here, and then at the end you do have the Tab Performance end caps on here, just creating an amazing sound between the Vansen Heinz and those Tab Performance on the end. This bike sounds incredible. I am going to take the opportunity right now to fire this motorcycle up so you can hear that exhaust. As I said, that Vansen Heinz sounds amazing on this motorcycle, and those tab end caps not only add a very cool look to it, but also give a nice deep sound on them as well. Let's go ahead and touch on a few of the nice touring elements of the motorcycle. We've already talked about the saddlebags. We've already talked about the windshield. Let's go ahead and talk about the seat on here. You do have the extremely comfortable Harley Davidson seat. You're going to get a little bit of lower lumbar support on here. Nice wide seat, so larger individuals like myself, you can really have some room to play around on this seat and kind of wiggle around and maneuver yourself. And then on the rear, you do have the very nice and comfortable passenger pad for your passenger. There is no backrest on this motorcycle. That's something that you can talk to our parts guys about. If you so wanted to add one, we can get the hardware for you and the backrest as well. Your passenger will have the full floorboards on here. Extra comfort for them and extra comfort for you as well, well able to stretch out on the floorboards for the rider. Big fan of the floorboards on these motorcycles. They are mounted just right, have enough of that stabilization to where your feet aren't rattling out from underneath you going crazy. And as I said, you can really kind of play with the length of the floorboard to be able to stretch out more on the bike. Speaking of the touring element, let's move to the gas tank on here, where you have the 6-gallon gas tank on this motorcycle. You're going to average around 43 miles to the gallon. Now, I have noticed a lot in the comments on YouTube and stuff down below that people stating my Harley has never gotten 43 miles to the gallon. Now, let's just put this out there. That is from the manufacturer. That is with a stock engine. That is with riding the motorcycle, in a normal fashion, if you will. If you are wringing this thing's neck all day long and have added every single part and accessory that you can spit and glue onto this motorcycle, no, you're probably not going to get the 43 miles to the gallon. But I just wanted to state that out there because a lot of people like to leave those comments of, no way, not 43 miles to the gallon. Yes, from the manufacturer, stock engine, 43 miles to the gallon. I dare you to test me on that. Speaking of miles and how far you can go on this motorcycle, let's go ahead and see how many miles this bike has. You are looking at 1,861 miles. I did check the service records, and this motorcycle has been fully serviced, ready to roll. So the 1,000-mile break-in service is done, so you have to worry about nothing until your next change, which is going to be at 5,000 miles. This is a beautiful Road King sitting on our floor, and if you are local in Omaha, Nebraska and would like to come see this motorcycle in person, please stop out at Dillon Brothers Harley Davidson today. Come talk to any of our sales staff. They are all happy to answer your questions. If you are watching this on YouTube and are interested in this motorcycle, for an average cost of around $600, we can ship a bike like this from our door to your door. Another thing in the comments, people are like, so that means you can ship this to Europe for $600. No, that is going to be in the lower 48, and $600 is the average starting cost. Just want to put that out there as well. Paying attention to the comments, my friend. I'm paying attention, trying to get it all out there for you now. But as always, from the entire Dillon Brothers Harley Davidson family, thank you so much for checking out our videos, and always remember, gear up, ride safe. Thanks a lot.